Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2021 INFINITI QX80 Premium Select, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The 2021 INFINITI QX80 combines the rugged construction of a traditional SUV and the upscale appointments of a luxury car. This is INFINITI's biggest SUV and its most capable. It's got seating for up to 8 people, for instance, and its standard V8 engine makes a robust 400 horsepower. And with 8,500 pounds of maximum towing capacity when properly equipped, the QX80 is ready to haul your recreational gear, whether it be a pair of dirt bikes or a good-sized travel trailer. The 2021 INFINITI QX80 is offered in 3 trim levels: Luxe, Premium Select, and Sensory. Rear-wheel drive is standard and front-wheel drive is optional. All QX80s are powered by a 5.6-liter V8. That engine makes 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque, and it's connected to a 7-speed automatic transmission. The base model Luxe has a starting price of $69,050, and it actually comes well equipped with that price. You get 20-inch wheels, you get self-leveling rear suspension, LED headlights, 3-zone climate control system, power liftgate, leather upholstery, power adjustable and heated front seats. You get second-row captain's chairs, although a bench seat is optional. You get heated steering wheel, dual touchscreen infotainment system, 13-speaker audio system, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, and navigation. Every QX80 also has adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitor, 360-degree camera system, forward collision mitigation, and lane keeping assist. The Premium Select starts at $73,350 and adds different style with 22-inch wheels, dark exterior trim, unique interior wood trim, and additional leather upholstery color. The top tier Sensory starts at $80,200 and ups the luxury with hydraulic roll stabilization suspension, cabin air filtration, unique interior wood trim, 17-speaker audio system, ventilated front seats, upgraded leather upholstery, heated outboard second row seats, and a rear seat entertainment system. While we are going to build and price the mid-tier Premium Select, I feel that the top-tier Sensory makes the best case for the QX80. It ensures you get ventilated seats, INFINITI's hydraulic body control system, a powerful audio system, and higher quality leather upholstery. Okay, let's jump into this build and price review of the 2021 INFINITI QX80 luxury SUV. Real quick before we get started, I just want to remind you to take a look at some of my other related build and price reviews. I've put links down in the description below. I have done some build and price reviews of some SUVs that compete directly with this QX80, and they are some tasty treats, let me tell you. I just recently did the 2021 BMW X7 M50i configuration. That's the sporty one. Very nice SUV. I also did the 2021 Cadillac Escalade. I actually did that one in the base model luxury trim. I often don't do the base model trims, and so just for giggles, I decided to do the base model, and it's actually a very nice setup just in the base model configuration. I also did the 2021 GMC Yukon SLT, and I did the 2021 Lexus GX 460 Premium. Oh, and by the way, this video was done by special request for Lance210. So if you have a build and price review you'd like to see me do, just leave a comment below. Okay, so before we actually get into the build and price here, let's do a couple of things. Let's first check out all the features of the QX80. They have a few categories. They have design features, technology features, performance features, and safety features. But before I actually get to the features, let's actually do something else. Let's check out these exterior colors for the QX80. So this color here is called Liquid Platinum, and we can also do a 360 exterior walk-around of the QX80. You know what? I actually did the QX80. I did the 2020 INFINITI QX80. I did it in the base model Luxe trim. So if you want to see the Luxe trim variant, I'll put that link down in the description below. This color here is called Black Obsidian. What else do we have? We have Graphite Shadow. We have Hermosa Blue. I kind of like blues. This blue is a little interesting, but it's something about it. I kind of like it. What else is there? There's this red. I don't know. I can't pronounce that first word. I'm not even going to try it. We've got a mineral black. We have a moonstone white, and the color that it started off on is champagne quartz. Here we can check out the interior of the QX80. This is the Luxe interior trim in graphite leather with a charcoal burl trim. This next one up here is a Luxe interior with the wheat leather and charcoal burl trim. We really want to get, here's the Premium Selects right here. So we got the Premium Select. This is the Sahara stone leather appointed seating with the matte mocha burl trim. Another interior color for our Premium Select is the truffle brown. It's leather, of course. Every QX80 gets leather, and you got the matte mocha burl trim. Then, of course, you have the graphite leather, your black leather with the matte burl trim. And then you have the top tier sensory. They didn't show any photos, but what's cool about the sensory is you see this quilted leather interior. You get piping on the seats. Look at the armrest. A lot of padded leather right on that armrest on the door too. Quilted leather on the door as well. I'm a big fan of leather. I love leather interior, especially upgraded leather interiors, and that's one of the main reasons why I like the sensory. So this is the kind of interior that you get on the sensory, though they didn't show us any slides before. Okay, so let's check out these features. So there's design features, which we're going to start off with, but there's technology features, performance features, safety features, and then they have something that's called owner benefits. We'll take a quick peek at that maybe. So Infiniti says the design of the QX80 is inspired by a strong athletic face. The lower grille has an angular chrome accent strip that highlights the squared off jawline of the new front fascia. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so there it is. Now we can see the front fascia. It's a new front fascia, front end, and it's got a squared off look. I definitely agree with that for sure. They say the high and wide hood adds visual lift, while the hood's sharp lines and front fenders add to the commanding presence. It's a very big SUV that does honestly command a lot of attention. It's gigantic. They don't actually show us a nice shot of the rear end, but apparently there's a chrome strip above the tail light that integrates with the tail light's backup light, and it gives it a nice prestigious look, though we can't get a good shot of the rear end. Actually, that's not entirely true. When we were back over here looking at the colors, we could do that 360 walk around. So here we can actually see the rear end of the QX80. Okay, let's talk about interior design features for the 2021 Infiniti QX80. Obviously, with it being such a large SUV, it's going to have a roomy interior. They say that it has modern materials, rich textiles, sophisticated space, and they even use the word elegance. And I would, you know what, I'd agree with all that. They have leather appointed seats. Every trim level gets it. You can get heated and cool seats, and you even can have, it even comes with noise insulated glass. So that's nice. They want serenity inside that cabin. So speaking of heated and cool seats, we can see by the picture here that, well, the front row can have both heated and available cooling seats, while the second row, you can get heated seats for the second row. What's cool about the second row is that they have it set up where it's captain's chairs right now, but you can set up the QX80 for 8 people with an optional bench seat for the second row. What's cool about the third row, however, is that the third row actually has adjustable power recline seats, and that's actually pretty cool. Regardless of where you're sitting at in the QX80, they say you're going to have hospitable convenience. All 3 rows of seating gives you nothing but luxury, apparently. So some additional interior features here. They're talking about the first row. You've got memory seats. So with the driver's seat anyway, you've got some memory adjustments that'll adjust the driver's seat, the steering wheel, and even the side mirrors to your personal settings. They don't say how many people can do that. Usually you have 1 to 3 people you can do that setting for. Moving on, they talk about, well, the second row. They talk about the available controls in the second row that allow you to fold down and tip the second row seats forward so you can give access to the people in the third row so they can get in and out a lot easier. Then they talk about the third row over here, but while they're talking about the third row, they're only really talking about the available bench seat for the second row and how that can give you more, give you 8 occupants, and how you got to get an additional package for that. So I don't see what they're talking about with the third row there, but now we know. Okay, so we went over all the design features. So now let's go over and explore the technology features next. And the first thing they want to tell us about their Apple is their Apple CarPlay integration. Thing is that their Apple CarPlay integration is honestly old tech. Now notice here how they have the iPhone plugged into the car, into a USB. And so you probably have to USB in to use Apple CarPlay. Nothing wrong with that, but the thing is a lot of manufacturers these days, Kia, Hyundai, you name it, everybody's going, or everybody already has a lot of Bluetooth enabled wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. So it is worth mentioning that, you know, you're spending a lot of money on a very expensive SUV that's technically outdated. Another technology feature in addition to that Apple CarPlay, wired Apple CarPlay, is automatic collision notifications and emergency call. So you've got 24/7 specialists, you know, response specialists should you get into a collision. A lot of manufacturers offer something like this. Okay, so here they're going to talk about some technology feature that I could care less about, really, honestly, and it's the Wi-Fi hotspots that a lot of manufacturers offer. And it's a subscription service. They don't give it to you for free. You got to pay a subscription service, and I don't see the point of that when I can look at my phone right here, and my phone, I can set it up as a hotspot. So if I had other devices I needed to run the internet on while I was out driving around, yeah, I guess it's convenient that the car can do it. I guess that is convenient. But I've got the phone, and I'm already paying for that service, and it already does it. So why not just use my phone? Another technology feature of the 2021 INFINITI QX80 is a smart rear view mirror. It's standard across the board. It's, you know, obviously it's a digital camera. It's really a digital screen, honestly. And so, yeah, definitely going to take some getting used to. I've test driven a car that had a digital rear view mirror, and it's definitely, it's different than what you're used to. Here they're talking about the Bose audio system. Obviously, it's not going to be standard. You're probably not going to get this on the Luxe model. Maybe it might be an option. Maybe it won't. But they offer a Bose audio system with 17 speakers. Speaking of outdated technology, I mean, look at this navigation. I mean, this is the navigation, and honestly, it looks like circa 2005 up in here. Be that as it may, though it may be an old, archaic system, it does have voice recognition. It's got Sirius XM traffic. It's got Sirius XM Travel Link. You've got something called lane guidance, which indicates the correct lane to be in when approaching an interchange exit and all that kind of stuff. You can get weather forecasts, fuel prices. You have all the stuff that you need. It's just presented in a very old format because this car competes with, say, I mentioned the BMW X7, for instance, in the beginning as a vehicle that competes against this. I can tell you right now, the interior and the tech blows the doors off of this INFINITI. They aren't even in the same class, even though they are. Another technology feature that they offer for the QX80 for 2021 is the available intelligent cruise control full speed range. So it can slow you down, do all that kind of stuff. I'm not really into I'm not going to say not really. I'm not into cruise control. I can count on one hand probably how many times I've used cruise control in my whole life. Here they're talking about the around view monitor with moving object detection. Alerts the driver to moving objects detected within the display image. There you go. They don't say whether or not it's standard or optional. Seems like it might be standard. They also mention that this system also has a 360-degree bird's eye view of your display. So you can kind of see all the way around your vehicle as you're maneuvering it. Speaking of old tech, or more old tech, we've got the Infotainment, or the entertainment system, the rear entertainment system that's available for the QX80. And the reason why I say it's old is because, well, I'm not into these systems anyway. But what I do know is that these newer ones, the modern newer ones, you can stream YouTube, for instance, or Netflix, or something like that. This one here looks very, very old school, and all they say is that you could play your games and do some movies. So maybe they have the red, white, and yellow ports to plug in your Xbox or something like that. I don't even know how that works. But they don't say anything with some modern tech. And based off of that navigation system we just saw a second ago, I'm sure this is old school technology to be sure. And the thing is that the top tier model costs like $85,000. So you can walk out spending 90 grand on this bad boy and have some seriously outdated technology. I'm not feeling that at all. All right, let's move on to performance features here. And the first thing that they're showing us is the hydraulic body motion control system. And probably with this, you know, this big SUV that certainly needs to be updated, this is probably its biggest claim to fame. Its most modern piece of tech that they have is this hydraulic body motion control system. So what exactly does this system do? Mercedes actually has this too. They call it magic body control, actually. This is an available system, and it gives you less vertical motion. So on irregular road surfaces, the vertical motion is reduced over bumps and potholes, so you would enjoy a smoother ride. There's also an available four-wheel drive system that you can get on the QX80. All three models come standard with two-wheel drive, but you can option them with four-wheel drive, and I guess you have four-wheel high and four-wheel low modes within that as well. I would guess that this isn't a super sophisticated system, but probably adequate, I'm sure. I will say, though, even though we all know that this is an outdated SUV, let's find out how outdated actually. Well, I was doing a little bit of reading, and what I do know, it's been over 10 years since this SUV has had a major redesign. So I'm not trying to crack on this SUV. When I say it's got old tech, it was clear looking at that navigation screen. I mean, you can get a $17,000 Kia that has a better navigation screen than this. That said, the SUV itself is very attractive, but that's not enough to make me come up off of $70,000 or $80,000 though. Okay, moving on with power stuff or performance features. You know, it's got a V8 engine, and you're probably not going to have any problems with this V8 engine. Yep, this SUV is long in the tooth, which means it's old. And so is that engine, but they've probably worked out all the kinks. You're probably not going to have any major problems with this 5.6 liter V8. Makes 400 horsepower, 413 pound-foot of torque, and it can tow up to a impressive 8,500 pounds. I wouldn't do it. Like I said, if I was going to pull a boat or something like that, or a travel trailer, or something like that, I'm going to have like a Ford F350. I'm going to have a Silverado 2500. I'm going to have like a real truck that's up for the real task. So this safety feature here, because we're going to talk about some safety features now. This safety feature is called Forward Emergency Braking with Pedestrian Detection. And this is a smart system, meaning that if you don't brake in time, this system can either partially apply the brakes or fully apply the brakes. There's also the available blind spot warning, but standard blind spot intervention system. Here's something called Predictive Forward Collision Warning. Now what this thing is doing is it's monitoring the car in front of you and then the car in front of it. And so it's paying attention to sudden braking. And if it detects that one of those two cars are doing any sudden braking, it's going to give you an audible and visual cue. Thing is, if you're not paying attention, you're still going to hit the thing. So they've got all this active safety tech that we looked at from other ones where it would apply the brakes. It'd be nice if this predictive forward collision warning could also apply the brakes. The funny part is they tell you, oh, here's how it works. So yeah, you got two vehicles ahead of you and a vehicle slows down suddenly and directly in front of you. And the system's going to, alert you to this so that you can respond accordingly, provided you're not fumbling around with the Apple CarPlay, texting somebody even though it's not illegal, all the stuff, not paying attention. So you could still get in a frontal collision even with this system. They're helping to avoid. Maybe. There should be an asterisk there, honestly. There's also a lane departure prevention system as well. They don't say whether or not it's standard or not, but it's here. So here they talk about impact protection, and it's an advanced protection system. They say the INFINITI engineers have developed advanced systems that work in unison to help protect driver and passengers in the event of a collision. They don't say what you do or what it does. They just say, hey, you're good. Don't worry about it. Oh, here it is. They break it down a little bit. So some of the ways they help protect you is roof-mounted side curtain airbags. You got a passenger airbag sensor that can sense if there's an empty seat there. Okay, everybody does that. I've got a 2005 Volkswagen New Beetle Turbo that does that. All right, so you're not really telling me anything there. Here we got an Infinity Advanced Airbag System, right? Dual stage front airbags, seatbelt, occupant, all that kind of sensors, all that kind of standard stuff. Nothing that sounds super fancy pants to me, but they call this advanced protection. To me, I call it standard protection in 2021 when you look at the competition that's against this car. This is very much standard protection. I wouldn't call it advanced. Okay, up next, continuing on with safety features, they've got something called Infinity Safety Shield Concept. It's layered technology, safety technologies, and so some of these are going to be standard. Others will be available systems. So we got this intelligent cruise control, for instance. We've got this distance cruise control assist. We've got blind spot warning. All right. We've got lane departure warning and lane departure prevention. Predictive forward collision warning. Right. We already talked about that. Forward emergency braking with pedestrian detection. And they say restraints and body structure. So again, now they're just going over those the airbags, the roof mounted curtain side airbags, all that, seatbelt tensioners, all that kind of stuff. Crumple zones. They're just talking about standard safety stuff now that makes it sound good, although it's just standard stuff for the industry, I think. Okay, so we've gone over all the features, what features there were. Now, let's jump over and actually do the build. Okay, so we're on the page where we can actually select all the different models, right? They show them in both trims. You got your Luxe and then Luxe with 4-wheel drive. You got your Premium Select and then Premium Select with 4-wheel drive. That's what we're going to build in price on the channel today, the 2021 Q80, Infiniti Q80 Premium Select with 4-wheel drive. So let's go ahead and select this one and get started. Okay, so first things first, we've got a few categories for the configurator here. There's exterior, interior, storage, packages, accessories, and then the summary. Here's what I do know. I do know that most of the stuff they're going to be showing us is mostly accessories, with the exception of this paint stuff. So they threw the red color in there by default. It's a $700 option. I don't care for the red paint. I did mention that I like the Hermosa blue. I don't know if I like that enough to go with the Hermosa blue. I don't know if I feel that. So maybe we'll do the graphite shadow. Let's give that a look. I think the graphite shadow looks pretty good. So you only have a few colors. You got the black, the gray, and the blue. These are the only colors that are free. All these other colors, the red, the mineral black, the moonstone white, and the champagne quartz, those all set you back an additional $700 if you wanted one of those colors. Okay, let's move on and check out what styling's all about. And styling seems to be consisting of just basically accessories like chrome side mirror covers. And here's what I mean by accessories. Accessories are something that you can buy at the dealer, that the dealer can install for you. These are not things that the factory is going to install. The factory is not going to put on a moonroof deflector for you, and they're not going to put on side window deflectors, nor will they put on chrome side mirror covers. So these are all just, well, they're accessories that you can go to the parts counter at your local Infiniti dealer and get these at any time. With that said, I won't be getting any of those accessories. Next up, they're going to show us towing stuff. And you already know how I feel about the towing. If I want to tow, I'm going to get myself a proper truck to tow with. And so we're not going to get any of the tow things, though you can get, they got the hitch ball and all that kind of stuff. And your tow jumper, your harness and all that, so you can plug in your lights and do all that good stuff. But we're not going to get any of that. Speaking of lights, let's look at lighting and see what they have to offer here. They only have one feature here. It's obviously an accessory. Let's take a closer look at it. This accessory kind of illuminates it's like welcome lights, and I am a fan of that. I do like that. It's $455, so we're going to go ahead and pop that price to go ahead and get that. But that'll probably be one of the very few accessories that we pick up along the way. They've got some other accessories down here, miscellaneous. I see license plate frames. Yeah, I don't think we need license plate frames, valve stem covers, or roof rail crossbars. I mean, I guess there's a case to be made for the roof rail crossbars if you plan on putting some storage and stuff up there. I don't, so I'm going to go ahead and skip right on over that. Okay, move on to the next category. Now we're on interior. And what we need to check and choose now is our interior color. Do we want the Sahara stone leather? Do we want the truffle brown? Or do we want the black? I think I want to go with the black. So we've got the black graphite leather interior. It does have some white contrast stitching on here. We can kind of look around in here. It's kind of a little hard to move around, but we have a nice little shot. The black leather interior is nice. Love the piping. Love the contrast white stitching. That is a very nice touch. The wood grain interior, it's okay. Again, it's a very dated SUV. It is. It is what it is. But it's nice, though. They're trying to keep it together. But, you know, is it $80,000 nice? I don't know about all that. So moving on now, they've got other things. They've got other categories, and surely these are just accessories. Something that says weather. So what do they mean by that? Oh, weather protection. So do you want all-season floor mats, carpeted mats, things like that? These are things that we can pick up anytime at the dealer. The deal is, though, I would want the all-season floor mats and I would want the carpeted mats because I want to run these in the wintertime, for instance. So those are $185 for your all-season mats. And then our carpeted mats are $200. So let's go ahead and grab those as well. Okay, so we've got our carpeted mats selected and our all-season mats selected. So we're out of there. As far as cargo, what do they have for cargo stuff? Now, this is all like cargo organizer, cargo net, cargo package, all that kind of stuff. These are all things that are going to be to individual taste, and we're not going to get bothered with that today. Again, it's all accessories anyway. We got safety stuff. What do we have for safety here? We've got first aid kits. We got seatbelt extenders. If the standard seatbelt, if you're a little too big for that, then you need the seatbelt extender. I get it, all that. Wheel locks. First aid kits, emergency road kits. Again, these are all accessories. We don't need to be bothered with them today. Under lighting, however, there might be something I like because I like illuminated door sills. So let's take a look at their illuminated door sills and see what they look like. Now, their illuminated door sills are nice. They're $485. We paid $455 for those exterior lights, the welcome lights. These are $485. I'm all over it. We're going to go ahead and get these. Okay, so that was all for our interior selections. Now we're on to storage selections. As you can see, it's all bike racks and stuff. Bike racks, carriers, all those kinds of things. No surprise, I don't have any interest in any of that. So let's skip on ahead and take a look at the packages now. And the only package to be had, it's a no-cost option, is if you want the bench seat. I don't want the bench seat, so let's move on. Then they have the nerve to throw in an accessories category, all the stuff that they've already shown us. Guess what? We're out of here on that too. Let's jump over to summary. Okay, so here we are at the summary. $79,000 here. They're going to give us a pop-up, try to get our email and all that kind of stuff. No. All right, so QX80 Premium Select all-wheel drive. Basically $80,000 out the door for this. Basically $80,000 out the door. I know this is going to be a rock-solid, dependable SUV. It's just old and it's long in the tooth, and $80,000, my 80 grand is going to have to go somewhere else. I don't know where, but somewhere else. So on that note, you know what? I should probably go ahead and wrap this video up. If you found this review of the 2021 INFINITI QX80 Premium Select in 4-wheel drive helpful, informative, or just entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Other than that, I'm going to tell you to have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the very next video.